everyone. Welcome to Pambazuka TV Online. My name is Fra Antoinette, the host. And you can find me at Pambazuka TV Online. Yes, today I'm with great people, as I said. Yeah. And I can't fail, before I go further, I can't fail to thank the fans and supporters of Pambazuka TV Online. Yeah, we are doing it because of you. We love you so much, and with your great support, those ones who can subscribe, those ones who likes our videos, those ones who send us messages, we love you so much, and thank you for supporting us. We are there because you are there. So today, we have with me, we have another host who is at Pambazuka TV Online. Maybe I can let him introduce himself, and then we can welcome our guest. Yes, you are most welcome.
Hello, once again, I'm sorry I messed up, but it's Enoch Noel at Pambazuka TV Online. Yeah, today we are two, the host and the co-host. And as I mentioned, we wanted to say thank you to each and everyone for following Pambazuka TV Online. We are so glad that we are back, and we hope you enjoy this episode. Once again, back to you.
As I said, today is a great day. So we have a great person with us, our host, our guest. I can't say his name. So allow me, sir, you introduce yourself to the viewers. You are most welcome, and I'm happy to see you and to have you at Pambazuka TV Online today. You are most welcome.
Thank you so much. My name is Sugira Joseph. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, United States. And that's all I can say for my introduction.
Okay, so right now I'm allowed to say his name. He's Sugira Joseph, as he mentioned. And you are most welcome at Pambazuka TV Online. We are glad and happy to have you here. So before I go further, allow me to send my sincere sympathy and to say sorry for the loss of our beloved sister. Like, she's really loved. Maybe before I introduce, I welcome the co-host. How are you doing today, Sugira Joseph?
Yeah.
Sorry to ask you now.
It's really very hard to know how I'm feeling. I would barely say that there's only one person who could know how I'm feeling right now, and that person is Rebecca herself, because she was an individual who was very close to her friends. Yeah, one who could understand their feelings. At least one you could never lie to. If you are sad, she knows you are sad. If you are happy, she knows you are happy. So how I am now, I'm happy. I can still speak of her name, but having lost her, it's a very great tragedy. And recovering from this is something that is unthinkable. But we are still moving strong.
Yeah, I understand. I understand how you are feeling. And it's almost touched everyone. Like, if you see how the whole world, the entire world is talking about her, like the posts, like if you can see, it touched everyone, and it's a great tragedy, it's a great loss. But last time I saw someone like making a video, like trying to stop people who are talking about her, like, why is this so they did not talk about her when she was still alive? Like, Does it mean they are like they love her more than how the parents love her? So what do you talk about that? Does it mean everyone who is posting is pretending, or
Well,
what is behind that actually?
I would say that that's a big question for me. But judging from how I'm feeling and judging from what I went through after receiving the news of her passing, I cannot blame anyone, especially her family. They must be going through a lot, especially in a time like this when they have lost their pillar. She's been a great warrior, someone who always put her family first. So when you lose such a person, you know, things go crazy. But talking about her and the things she has done and keeping her name high, that would be a pleasure for every family member, unless otherwise. And that's why, not trying to be unique, I have not actually taken into consideration the act of putting down her post.
So like you are with me, like people who are posting, people are talking good about her. So you are with me that they're not pretending, it's real. She has been great. She has been someone who like who inspire others that everyone can talk about, right?
I come to believe that, you know, we have billions and billions of people in the world, and it's actually unfair to think that someone is going to be loved by all people. But judging from my own understanding of Rebecca, she's someone who has been loved and loved entirely. The only people who did not love her, I could say that it's just her people, but she was loved and she deserved the love. She received the love that she deserved. That's all I can say.
What do you mean if you say that people who did not love her, it's her people? Did I get you well?
Yeah, I said that.
So what do you mean by that?
Yeah, because I have been in contact with many places where she lived, including her schools, her former schools, and the comments are tremendous. So if someone was to hate Rebecca, maybe they had old grudges, maybe based on old times. But with her personality, she was not an easy person to hate. So I believe she was loved.
Thank you so much, Sugira Joseph, for answering the questions. At this particular time, let me welcome my co-host, maybe has some questions for you. So, sir, you are most welcome. Excuse
Thank you
me,
so
sir.
much. And
Yes.
Joseph, welcome, Pambazuka TV Online. We are glad that you have chosen to, to respond to our call, and we hope our viewers will, enjoy this discussion. Once again, we expressed our heartbroken, our sympathy to the family which lost this great girl. We believe that she was a good reader and she has touched so many lives. That's why, as she mentioned, some of the family members are coming out and trying to stop people, bring the memories about this great girl. It won't happen because, you know, someone great once passed away, the spirit is still there and people still share their mind, memories, and the great things she has. And that's why if a bad person passes away, it's done. But if, a great person passes away, that's why I mentioned even on the Facebook, those of Nelson Mandela, those of Abraham Lincoln, and so on. We still talk about them because they have contributed greatly to the better future and so on. So once again, Joseph, thank you for being with us. And I have a question here.
Mm.
There have been some speculations that Rebecca might have been poisoned in one way or the other. I know and I appreciate that her dad during the ceremony, she asked people to stop to bring, something like that, because even on Facebook, I remember I saw a post which mentioned where this might have happened and who did it. Even other there would be the thunder would come and kill them and so forth. So this speculation that poison might have taken this precious girl's life. What would be your opinion and what would you say about this?
Okay. I have heard of those speculations. You call them speculations, so I will do the same.
Rumors, you may call it, some people, speculation or rumors, or you may call it whatever, may be easier.
I personally heard of those rumors, but I dismissed them as speculations with no evidence. So I do not stand with people who say that she was actually taken through food poisoning. However, there are reasons why someone could have poisoned her. Everyone in our society, especially those who lived in Changwali, we've grown up seeing people killing others for having a good season. Someone has had a good harvest and someone takes his life. Someone starts a little business and someone takes their life. Someone is approaching time to go out to come abroad and then people take their lives. So Rebecca has been outstanding. By far, she's had many chances why people could be jealous of her. She's been progressing very well. However,
wait a minute.
Claims, yes, please.
Wait a minute. You say that you can't agree with those who are giving such opinions or such rumors or such speculations. Can you give us at least 3 reasons or 2 reasons why you won't believe with that? Because it doesn't happen in a short way like that if it's like a natural death or something.
Yeah, the first reason why I would choose not to agree with them is because they have no evidence.
Right.
So I can only believe in something which is legal, like a police report.
Yep.
Or the hospital report, the doctor's report, the postmortem.
Right.
Yeah. So if we do not have those things, the rest is out of hand. We have nothing to believe.
That's true. Yeah.
Another way to believe it is if someone confesses that I took her life, that's quite understandable. But just spreading words of words without a foundation, I do not support that and I do not promote it.
Great. Now that's a good idea. Now, what would you tell those people who believe that she's been, poisoned in, they are even, I think people, they have even the address where that happened. Which information can you tell them? Right.
Yeah, my advice to them is to bring evidence. If they have evidence of the culprit, they should bring the evidence and don't put the evidence on social media. Call 911, take the evidence to police. Yeah, or call the parents and ask them to find lawyers so we can file a case and have the culprit punished. That's all. It's not a good news to share. Someone's dead is not a good news to share.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Joseph, I think this question you really answered it well. Thank you so much. Back to you, Antoinette, continue with.
Yeah, thank you so much for the questions and the answers. But I'm just wondering, Joseph, how close were you to Rebecca? It seems you are, I don't know, let me not end by assuming, but I'm just asking, how close were you to Rebecca?
Okay. First of all, I have known her, I guess it's for 1 year or 1 year and a half. But if I can try to remember well, we have had a few things that made us comrades. The first thing is that we have the same origin. And the second thing is that everything she believed in is exactly what I believed in. So we had a lot to share in the shortest life that we've lived together. Yeah, but there's not anything more than that. I've known her as an individual. someone so respectable and someone who works hard, especially someone who advocates for children and women, which is the only principle that I also work for.
Thank you so much, Joseph, for the great answer. Let me go back to the co-host. For any question, unmute yourself, and continue. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Yeah, actually, my phone shut down here on me. Anyways, so Joseph, I know, as you mentioned, even we are still waiting for the results from the hospital or from, the process for knowing that what happened, and like there are some other, people or other girls who like her, or there are even some other, boys or men or whatever you may call them. What do you think we can do, or what can we put in place to make sure we keep remembering, or we keep encouraging, and we keep discovering brave people like Rebecca's action or plans? Because even when you see her talk, she's brave, she's a leader, she's something like that. So what can you give us so that we can be able to come up with something to...
Yeah. I think I get the question. First of all, talking about boys and girls, that's exactly the entire picture of who Rebecca was. She's been a heart winner.
Right.
Yeah, someone who unites the young, and the old, and the youth all together. Someone who dreams of a world with no boundaries, where love flows like water in a river. Yeah, so such a person never dies. It is too bad, too sad that she's gone too soon, but the mission of unification of this generation is something which actually is going to remain, and is going to be ongoing.
True.
Yeah.
Great. That's a really great thing to think of. I'm sure Rebecca's death has impacted you, or has touched you in one or the other, and you can express it, we can feel it, and so have you been able to connect with the parents, know how they are doing or what they are going through?
Yeah, I personally have been linked to them through Rebecca at first when she was still alive.
Yep.
And I reached in Dayton, Ohio, where she lives.
Yep.
I was one of the people who supported her in her first conference with her organization, which maybe we may talk about later or in other episodes if you allow.
Right.
Yeah, but then after her sudden passing, I rushed to her. I rushed to her family, to her home. I think it was 2 or 3 days after.
Yeah.
And I spent there a reasonable time of maybe 4 days. In that period, I had the great pleasure meeting her friends, her former classmates, and her teachers, and her church members, her church leaders, and the people that worked with her. And but the final thing, which I knew I was going to do, and thank God I did it, was to have a private meeting with her parents. Basically, I may not be able to disclose the confidential things we talked about. But one of my agendas was to give them a heartfelt gratitude for raising a very strong woman like Rebecca, and giving her the determination to fly with her wings even at such a young age.
Right.
It was one of the most emotional experiences I've ever had.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful that she's had very strong parents, that even in her death, they were still untouched, and they believed that, life is, after all, life.
Okay, thank you so much. Back to you, my co-host, and take over.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I think this is the first episode, but before we end it in a few seconds, Joseph, did you have that which special moment did you have with Rebecca? And what special thing would you tell the viewers that Rebecca bared, that special thing would you tell the viewers just in a few seconds so that we can end this episode and calling upon the viewers to continue following us for another episode? You're most welcome, Sir Sugira. Joseph.
Yeah, there are very many special things about her. And each time you spend with her is actually a great memory. She was very strong. She was very courageous. Yeah. She was this type of person who will struggle to make others smile, even when she's breaking inside. And so such a person, it's very difficult to describe her. But one particular thing that I loved about her is that she was very considerate of her people and her community. At least she loved it to serve her community, and actually not just to serve, but to lay a foundation for others to serve as well. That is something I've not discovered in any other person, whether male or female. So she was actually a chain breaker. She was someone who was willing to break all the barriers until she reaches where she wanted to reach. She was so motivational and so inspirational. She's someone who shows you hope, even when you were struggling to see a slight ray of hope. She was a very strong woman.
Thank you so much, Sugira, for that. And actually, let me say we are happy to have you, and let's welcome you another time for another episode. And last word to the co-host, and then we close the meeting for the next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sugira, and we will be great. We will be there up again to host you at Pambazuka TV, and feel free.